Where are my gamma seals? Oh, put them in the binder.
Can't believe I forgot my gamma seals. Yo, I literally just traded for these secret gamma seals, and they are nice. They are nice. I'm not gonna lie. And a secret pot of desires. I need to go grab that before we do this profile. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, bringing you a special deck profile today, and we're gonna be rocking the Gren Maju. So, Gren Maju is an insane deck. If you are not expecting it, you can get punished by it. It basically can gain a ton of attack, actually 400 for every banished card that you control. And if you're not prepared, I've seen people actually battle into a set Gren Maju that's sitting with about 8,000 defense. So you need to make sure that you're prepared for it and you understand how Gren Maju works. And with this one, I added in the Golden Castle of Stromberg because I do believe that that's the best version that you can play of this deck. So make sure to like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 2,000 subs by the end of this month, and we are very close to getting there. So we would truly appreciate it if you could do that. And without further ado, let's dive on in to a Danger Golden Castle of Stromberg Gren Maju deck profile.
House of Cards
TCG.
All right, so getting started on the deck profile here, we have to start with the main boy himself, and that is, of course, your Gren Maju. So Gren Maju, it is what it is. It gains attack and defense for equal to the number of your banished cards. So if you have 10 cards banished, then this will gain 4,000 attack and defense. And then again, remember, it's each one of your banished cards that it gains the attack and defense. And Gren Maju, absolutely insane. This is the boss monster of the card. You want to be able to get him out. And unfortunately, with Desires at 1, it has become difficult for Gren Maju players to be able to try to figure out what to do here. Because obviously banishing cards is a part of the Gren Maju strategy. So another card that helps banish is, of course, Eater of Millions. Eater of Millions says that you can banish any number of cards, minimum of 5, from your hand, field, or extra deck. And when you do, you can special summon this card. So Eater of Millions then allows you, it gains 100 attack and defense for every face down banished card. Now keep in mind, it's got to be face down, but it gains 100 attack and defense, as well as at the beginning of the damage step, you could then attack, when you attack with Eater of Millions, at the beginning of damage step, it activates and allows yourself to banish the attacking monster face down. So that comes up a lot. You'd be very surprised if you attack into a Dragoon, beginning of damage step. Now you you activate the effect of Eater of Millions, banish it face down. And remember, in damage step, there's only a certain amount of effects that you can activate in actual damage step. So with that in mind, Eater of Millions' banish effect does come up quite a bit. You need to make sure that you know about it. And then maybe we'll do a video in the future going over damage step and how that works. Another card that I decided to max out on is from Brothers of Legend, the Astro Kuribo. So Astro Kuribo is insane. Basically, you reveal a number XYZ monster in your extra deck, which the entire deck is full of them. All of them rank 8s. Then Astro Kuribo becomes level 8 and you can special summon it. Then when you overlay for an XYZ monster at that point, the XYZ monster gains this effect that it cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Now, if you were to detach material from that XYZ monster, I need to let you know this. The Astro Kuribo still keeps the effect on that monster, even if Astro Kuribo is detached as a material. Again, let me explain that. The XYZ monster still cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects, even after detaching Astro Kuribo. So that is important to note. Astro Kuribo is an insane extender in this deck. Another one that we have is a Gizmek Orochi. You got to play 3 Gizmek Orochis. He is absolutely insane, as it enables you to banish 8 cards from the top of your deck, special summon this from your hand or your graveyard. So in return, Gizmek Orochi becomes a huge discard fodder for the deck, because you can literally activate any of your dangers, activate trade-in, pitch Gizmek Orochi, use the finish, resolve the effect, then activate Gizmek Orochi to banish 8 off the deck, special summon this from your hand or your graveyard. So insane. As well as has another effect, but keep in mind, Gizmek can only activate 1 effect per turn. So you can't activate the effect to summon and the effect to pop in the same turn. But what you can do is you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down, then target 1 face up monster on the field and destroy it. So there is a couple things there. It has to be a face-up monster, and it does target, and you cannot activate that effect the same turn that you basically summon it. So that is important to note, but Gizmek Orochi is still an insane boss monster in the Gren Maju strategy. Next card is, of course, D-Shifter. D-Shifter just turns off plays. I will say D-Shifter is interesting in this deck, and the reason why I say that is because you don't want to shotgun D-Shifter because you want your opponent to play. You do play Kaijus and other things in Alpha in this deck, so you need to be able to make sure that your opponent has a monster on the field. So you don't want to shotgun D-Shifter playing this deck, but D-Shifter does come up. Obviously, it's a deck where we want to banish things, so Dimensional Shifter definitely can be a big card and can swing it back to you so that you can then OTK. I decided to merge in Fairy Tale Lunas, and let me explain why. I merged in the Fairy Tale Lunas in here because a couple reasons. One, Fairy Tale Luna, when you normal it, you get to search another monster with 1850 attack, and there's a lot of things with post-ban list that you can note, one being Snow, right? So let's talk about Fairy Tale Snow and Luna combined together in the same deck. So Luna, what it allows you to do is Luna can search a copy of either Luna or Snow in this deck, and Luna allows you to then bounce a card on your opponent's field back to the hand, as well as bounce Luna back to the hand. So it's an interruptive bounce that Luna allows you to do. And then Snow, if Snow is in the graveyard, or I guess it also is in the hand as well. If this card is in your graveyard, just graveyard, you could banish 7 other cards from your graveyard, special summon this. Then when this card is special summoned or normal summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and change it to face down. It's basically a Book of Moon. Also, that effect is not once per turn, so it becomes an interruption with Fairy Tale Snow, and Luna can actually search Snow or Luna. Does not matter. So you can basically search one another through the deck. So kind of insane there. And yeah, Spellcaster. So you can just search. You can normal summon Luna, search Snow, have that whole interruption. Snow can be discarded off any of your dangers. Then you have the Snow banish 7, bumps up your not Eater of Millions, but it bumps up your Gren Maju. Then you can swing for game. So I do think that's important. But now getting into the bread and butter of this deck, which is, of course, the Golden Castle of Stromberg. So Golden Castle of Stromberg basically has a ton of effects. The first one is during your standby phase, you have to banish 10 cards from your deck or it's destroyed. That's important, so make sure you can do that. And it also generates more banished cards. And then it has another effect that when it's activated, you can then special summon a card that lists Golden Castle of Stromberg from your deck. But if you do, you cannot normal summon that turn. Very important to know, so that if you have a Luna, you can't normal summon Luna and then activate the effect or anything like that. Stromberg restricts you. But Stromberg has a lot of cards that it can special summon that can generate different things for you. Another effect that it has is it's a defensive card, and it prevents your opponent from attacking, but not in the sense where it stops them. It allows them to attack you, and then when it does, you can destroy the attacking monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of the attacking monster. So Golden Castle Stromberg can definitely stall holdout games for you. They have to out it because they can't attack without it, and until they out the card, basically you're banishing 10, looking for that Gren Maju to then go to OTK. Now some Golden Castle of Strombergs. Of course, you're playing 2 Hexe Trude. Trude is you can activate the effect and pop a card on the field. And another effect is if you control Golden Castle of Stromberg, you can normal summon this card without tributing. But you cannot do that if you've activated Golden Castle of Stromberg's effect to special summon. But what you can do, you can Golden Castle of Stromberg, special summon Hexe Trude, apply a pop, and then you can go ahead and get another level 8 to rank over and go into OTK. As well as this card does have another effect, which it allows yourself to battle 2 monsters. So it does not allow you to attack directly twice. You either can attack directly or battle 2 monsters. But when it destroys a monster by battle, you can target one face-up monster you control and it gains 400 attack. Another effect of that. Now, another card I play is Glyph, the Phantom Bird. Glyph is very key because you can discard Glyph and then search Golden Castle of Stromberg. So this allows you to get into your Golden Castle of Stromberg, as well as if it's special summoned off the effect of Golden Castle. It doesn't have to be, but basically when it is special summoned, like Hexe Trude activates and she can pop a card on the field. Well, Glyph actually allows you to pop a back row. So You can pop one card in your opponent's spell and trap zone and destroy it. So that is something with Glyph. You could cut this to 2, but this is a 50 card deck, obviously because of Golden Castle, Stromberg, and some other things. But now for some defensive cards, we have 3 Alpha. I'm looking for the 3rd secret. 3 Alpha, obviously, what it does is you can now... Alpha pairs very well with Kaijus, where you can actually special summon Alpha, bounce a Kaiju back to your hand, bounce Alpha back to your hand, and if your opponent controls another monster, you can special summon this card again. Now, it does have a fallback. If you bounce a card with Alpha, it cannot attack directly, so do keep that in mind if you activate that effect. But Alpha is a 3,000 attack beater, and yeah, to be able to summon it, bounce a card, summon it again, very strong, as well as being a level 8. Now we get into the dangers. Danger Bigfoot, of course, is a big card in this deck. So what Danger Bigfoot allows you to do is you can reveal it in your hand. Your opponent randomly picks a card. You discard the picked card. If the card was not Danger Bigfoot, you can summon it and then draw a card. If the discarded card was Danger Bigfoot, you get to pop a card on your opponent's field. If this card, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. So Bigfoot does have to be face up in order to destroy it. So that's the thing to know about Bigfoot. And then we play 3 Danger Thunderbird. Thunderbird is the same thing, where it reveals it. If it's discarded, you get to pick a set spell or trap. Again, it has to be face down set spell or trap card. Actually, I think it's just set card your opponent controls. It could be face down defense. As long as it's a set card that your opponent controls, can be monster spell trap. And then same thing with this one. If it was not picked, then you get to special summon it and draw a card. We are playing the Interrupted Kaiju package. Because I think that Interrupted Kaiju is very important, especially in this format where you're going to see a lot of different things like monster negates, but not a lot of spell negates. And you can actually bait in this deck with monster negates and then activate Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, wipe the entire board, and keep on playing. Plus, this has another effect where you can banish it on the next turn and search a Kaiju. Next up, we have 3 Gamma Seals. Now we play 3 Gamma Seals, and I like to play 3 Godarlas because with Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, you want to be able to summon and then summon back, as well as they're level 8s, so they pair well with the rest of the deck. And then last up for the spells, we play 3 Trade-In because we play a lot of level 8s. So we discard a level 8, draw 2 cards, and you're never not going to play Desires. Doesn't matter if it's at 1, 2, or 3 in a Gren Maju deck. So that is it for the deck. It's a pile deck, but this is a really good Gren Maju deck. I'm going to show you the combos at the end of this, so make sure you stay tuned. We play 1 Relinquished Anima because we play some level 1s with Eater of Millions and now Astro Kuribo, and you can punish your opponent if they forget that zones are a thing. Then for the Link 2s, we do play 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 Unicorn for Link 3, and a BLS, Soldier of Chaos. Unfortunate, I forgot my ultimate I just pulled from locals, but BLS is a power card, and we play a lot of level 8s, so it becomes it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Yeah, it can target it with card effects. Also cannot be destroyed with your opponent's card effects if you use a level 7 or higher monster, so it does gain that effect in this deck, making it, especially if you could buff its attack to 4,500, cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed. That is a boss monster that you have to get over. Kind of insane, right? Now for your XYZs, we're going to play Lancelot. Lancelot is, you can attack directly with this card. It's a way to get into Zeus. It also has another effect that, and this is important to note, the first time that a monster effect, spell, or trap card is activated, you have to detach a card and negate it. It is a mandatory effect of Lancelot. Unfortunate, it's a downfall of Lancelot, but it is what it is. So you don't have the option of whether to use Lancelot or not. If you summon Lancelot and then activate Trade-In, it's negating Trade-In. That is how Lancelot works. It's unfortunate, but you need to know that going forward if you're going to play Lancelot. But it is a good way to attack over and attack directly to make Zeus. You have Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Photon Lord is a monster negate. Then you have your double Dingirsu. I think Dingirsu is really good in this deck. I definitely want to play it. It's a send on summon. So when you summon Dingirsu, you get to send a card on the field. And then if one of your cards or multiple cards were going to be destroyed, you can detach a material instead. And that way nothing gets destroyed. So it's protection for your cards. Xanaphon is extremely good. I played this in Dragon Link. It gains 100 attack and defense for each monster in the graveyard. So I've had this in Dragon Link over 4,000 defense, as well as it stops summoning from the graveyards until the end of the next turn. So you activate it on your turn until the end of an opponent's turn. They can't special summon from grave. And then we have the Hope Harbinger, which is a spell negate, basically when you summon it. And then we have your OTK, which is the Numeron Dragon and the Dragublion. So how this works is you're going to bring out Dragublion, activate effect, and then you're going to special summon out Numeron Dragon and attach Hope Harbinger underneath it. Then Numeron Dragon gains 1,000 attack for each rank on the field, for each basically rank that it is. So let's say, for example, if you have Zeus out and Dragublion, he's instantly going to gain 8,000 attack from Dragublion, plus will gain 12,000 attack if Zeus is on the field as well, putting him at 20,000 attack. It is your best way to OTK. We play Pain Gainer and Zeus. Pain Gainer is just a way to get into Zeus, really. It does have another effect. And for some tech options, obviously, you could play Heretic Sky Dragon and Overload. That basically prevents your opponent from being able to target. 7 Sins is a banishing, and the Ravenous Tarantula is a potential way to destroy cards on the field. So let's get into the side deck. You can build the side deck however you want. These are going to be options that I think that you should include, which are going first cards. You want to play a lot of going first cards in case your opponent makes you go first, because this deck can stall going second. You can play Dimensional Fissure because it is a banishing deck. Obviously, Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, ways to banish cards on the field. And then you could play different dimension ground. That just banishes for that turn, so it allows you to still play on your turn, but it banishes everything on your opponent's turn. Summon Limit is a great card. Summon Limit prevents your opponent, and you don't do a ton of summoning, but the summons that you do are very powerful monsters, so Summon Limit is very good. TC Boo, because everything is different, from machines to fiends to spellcasters to, the list goes on. Everything in this deck is actually alpha, which are which are beasts, right? So like everything is a different type. So there can be only one is very good in this deck. Strikes, obviously, and then I had to flex the 3 skill drains. You know I have to. Skill drains are a really good card in this deck because everything kind of activates and then goes. Skill drain does affect Gren Maju though, so do keep that in mind. And then Inspector Border, of course, because Inspector Border is really good. So with all that being said, let's dive into a combo tutorial. All right, for this combo tutorial, we're going to pretend that the opponent has some kind of field that we need to break. Like, for example, I don't know, Sword Soul puts up Baron and Grandmaster, right? That's always something. So let's see what we're able to draw here. So first off is trade-in. We open up another trade-in. Golden Castle of Stromberg. Danger Bigfoot, which is insane. Danger Thunderbird, which is absolutely insane. And then Astro Kuribo. His hand's kind of nuts. I'm just not gonna lie. This hand's kind of nuts. There's a lot of lines that we could do. Obviously, Golden Castle of Stromberg, we're not going to normal summon here with this hand. So we can activate Golden Castle of Stromberg. That's going to bring out Hexate Trude. And then Hexate Trude is going to pop a card. As well as we're going to trade in discard Danger Bigfoot. That's going to pop a card, face-up card on the field. If there was a set back row, we can trade in Danger Thunderbird. Like, there's so much that we could do here. So let's just go ahead and first off activate trade in. We're going to pitch Danger Bigfoot. And we draw Alpha. And we draw Glyph. Like, this is absolutely insane, right? So trade-in resolves. Bigfoot's going to pop a card on the field, or they're going to negate it. It doesn't matter because you could target something, whatever, right? Now we're just going to go ahead and activate trade-in again. This time, we're going to go ahead and pitch Danger Thunderbird. So now we're going to draw 2 cards. We draw Eater of Millions, which is insane, and Fairy Tale Snow, which is absolutely broken. We'll do another test hand because there's no way this is real, right? Now that a trade-in Thunderbird effect activates, popping a set card if you want to, right? So now that resolves. Now what we could do, a lot of things we could do. For example, we could special summon Alpha if they control a monster still, which they probably do. You could actually, even if you wanted to, Glyph effect, because Glyph doesn't really do much for you right now. So you could Glyph effect, go ahead and search another Golden Castle of Stromberg. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Golden Castle of Stromberg, activate the effect. So now we can't normal summon, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and go into a Hexate Trude. Now, if we wanted to, we could activate Hexatrude's effect and target one card in the field except this one and destroy it. And now that allows Hexatrude to make 2 attacks on monsters. But most importantly, what we need to note is that we have 2 level 8s on the field right now, which is literally the most important thing, with a Snow and Eater of Millions still in our hand. If we wanted, if anything happened, if Alpha needs to bounce a card or whatever, we still have Astro Kuribo as well. So what Astro Kuribo, just so I can go ahead and show you the effect, all we have to do is reveal a level 8. So we just reveal a rank 8. And now we can special summon Astro Kuribo. Astro Kuribo becomes a rank 8 at that point. And now there's a ton of options that we can actually overlay. It's actually insane here. So you can probably foresee what we're able to do. We could go with the OTK combo, which is Dragubion and Numeron, if it's still a potential. We could even go for a Ding. Ding can send another card on the field, and now we have a ton of protection here for sure. So it's hard to like really go over it when there's no opponent's field here. But here, what I'll show you, say we were to go with a Ding, we could actually go for, I would probably leave Hexe, would probably go for these guys right here. Apply protection, unless we can OTK, of course. And we weren't able to get another level 8 to get another OTK, but we can now we have Ding for protection. It sends on summon, and now we could just go Eater of Millions. And Eater of Millions could literally banish like one card here. You could literally banish your whole extra deck if you wanted to, and you're applying insane pressure going into it. So Fairy Tale Snow is still in hand. You have a 2600, and whatever this banish may be, like 1500 or something. You're very close to OTK. So that is one example. And again, that was like trading in and opening up all this, which is pretty bonkers. I'm not going to lie. Again, trying to play around what we think an opponent would have. So that's can be difficult sometimes, but you can see how the potential of this deck can be insane. So let's just go ahead and shuffle real quick. We'll open up another hand and see if it's something similar to that, because honestly, that hand was broken. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was insane. That was insane. All right, going into test hand number 2 again. See if we can just do the same thing. Shows you some different lines. So we open up Danger Thunderbird, Danger Bigfoot. You guys saw me shuffle Bigfoot, Glyph, and a Gren Maju. So this is really good. RIP to our Gren Maju with the dangers, unfortunate. So the first thing we're gonna do is we'll activate Glyph. We're gonna discard Glyph, and that's gonna go ahead and grab us our Golden Castle of Stromberg. We activate Golden Castle of Stromberg. We don't need to use the effect yet. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll activate Danger Bigfoot. That will reveal these 4 cards. We'll just go ahead and shuffle real quick. I do have a dice. So let's see. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. We roll a 5, roll a 1. So we'll hit this one to the grave. Like I said, RIP or Gren Maju. But then that's going to go ahead and special summon out our Danger Bigfoot. Now we get to draw a card. And we draw a Gizmek Orochi. Oh my gosh, it's insane. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and activate Danger Bigfoot again. Again, we don't care about any of these cards. So this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 again. So we hit our Gizmek Orochi. That's going to special summon our other Bigfoot. Again, not a big deal. And we draw into a Godarla. That's just crazy. It's just crazy, but it's fine. This is perfect. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and activate Danger Thunderbird, because why not? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hits this, which hits the Godarla. Brings out our Thunderbird. We just keep drawing. We open up another Thunderbird. We don't need to do anything here, okay? We are in perfect position, because next up, we have 2 rank 8s. Actually, we didn't even have to Thunderbird here, because we still have the Golden Castle effect, and you want to make sure to use the Golden Castle effect before you use the Gizmek, because you don't want to banish both your Hexatrudes. But so much is going on. We still have the Gizmek that we can bring back, and basically we can banish 8 cards, bring back our Gizmek. Like, look at this board. This was what we were able to do with this board, and again, this is just playing the game. Now we have an infinite amounts of rank 8s to go through, but either way, like 3, 28, 26, and 2450, kind of insane. Not to mention, we can go Ding here. We could do the Dragubion play here. Like, there's so much that we could do. with going into an OTK. How the OTK works, let's say we went to Ding and we sent a card on the field. This is protecting everything. So what you do is you would overlay these two guys right here, and you would overlay them for Dragublion. Then you would activate Dragublion, pitch your Gizmek because you can still use the effect next turn. And then that's going to go ahead and spring out, use the Hope Harbinger to attach to go for a Dragublion, or Numeron Dragon, I apologize. Now you're probably thinking, okay, so let's read Numeron Dragon real quick on the closing. You can detach one material from this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined ranks of all XYZs currently on the field by 1,000. So we can detach Hope Harbinger. Now let's talk. There's 9, there's actually 8, and then 16. There is 16 ranks on the field, meaning this card's attack is now 16,000, and you swing for game. So insane what this deck can do. I appreciate everybody for watching. Hopefully you understood everything and you can see the potential in this. If you have any questions, comments, leave it down below. We answer everybody's comments, or at least we do our very best to. So make sure to like and subscribe. We truly appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed this deck profile and combo tutorial. And this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG, signing out.
House of Cards
TCG.